My friends, I guess you say, what's this guy holler, my friend? But I've been around so long when I talk to you guys, I feel such empathy, such feeling, because I remember the progress, the years it took to build and to understand the body. So now I get so many emails, my friends. I just cannot answer them all individually. It's a physical impossibility. So I try to make these videos to bring to encompass some of the questions that are asked me. Now, I've been asked a number of times, how do I get that vacuum? They don't see it anymore. You do that vacuum, a 30-inch waist in that vacuum, and you get that big chest box. They say, how come the guys don't have it anymore? Because the exercise that builds the thorax and builds the rib cage and then the intercostal muscles are pullovers. Pullovers are not glamorous, and they're not exciting, and guys almost ignore it. But if the pullover is unparalleled, what happened? See, when I was training earlier, I was doing the regular sit-ups and so forth and so on. And then my good friend Abe Goldberg, the biggest chest ever. This is before you guys' time, so you don't probably never seen him in a magazine. I'm gonna see if I can dig up a picture of him and see if it can be posted. His chest was stuck out there. I was awed by it. So I said, how did you get that chest? He said, what do you mean, how did you get the chest? You're training. I said, well, come on, Abe. So he said, you got to do pullovers. So, but the thing is, you got to do them right. You cannot do the pullover with your entire body on the bench. You got to come as far to the edge of the bench as possible, with your head hanging over as possible, because you want the complete stretch of the thorax. And I tell you, it looks so good when you're bringing that thorax in that nice vacuum. To me, I'm just so impressed with that look. But the point is, to get that look, you got to go to an exercise that you don't have many people talking about. And it's not sexy, but buddy, it works. And you see, you got so many guys interested in the six-pack. You got to take your shirt off to see the muscle. But with that chest, you can see with your shirt on. When that thorax, it sits up there, people look at your chest, and they know, they're like, wow. Because, and the arm, of course, that shows. But the six-pack don't. And another thing with that, when you train, excuse me, when you train the muscle under the thorax and do heavy sit-ups, you constrict the vacuum ability of your thorax. You don't stop it, but you constrict it. It's not as dramatic. I used to do some of my early pictures, when I was in 17, 18, 19, I was for the six-pack. I had a nice little roll of six, but I didn't have that big chest, which I really went for, where it sticks out. Even when you feel so good, you look on the side, because the thorax are built up so, you can see it on the side, But it's not sexy. So here's how you do and how you get this big vacuum and get that chest standing up, the whole thorax. But you got to do it right. You cannot do it with your entire body on the bench, because then you work your lats more than the thorax. You want that stress to be on, and the amount of weight is minimal. You cannot be using any heavy weights on that, because the whole idea is to stretch the thorax and work the intercostal muscles. Now, getting back to how to do it, perform. Bring your head to the edge of the bench, or your head's off the bench, and your shoulders is just about on the bench. And you bend your elbows just slightly, and you go as far as you can. And then you bring it back up to 90-degree angle. You don't go any further. You go over as far as you can. You'll notice the stretch you feel, and it makes you feel good because you feel the stretch. And it's, oh boy, it's a good feeling. Not only is it a good feeling, you see the chest swelling up, And a lot of guys got nice pecs, but you don't see it. I mean, you don't know how unless they take their shirt off, they're wearing a t-shirt. When your thorax is built up, you see it. You see it. You can see the magnificence of the chest. The chest then becomes dramatic. But now I don't have to be going through all the, because I'm doing this at the leisure of my home, and all I want to do is give you guys. I want you to think, and I want you to try it. And I'm here to inform you. I got so much to tell you guys from my experience because I grew up with you. I started when I was 10 years old. And they didn't have nothing like, I mean, of course we learned, but we had time to learn because we didn't have all this pressure get built overnight like they have today. So now, let me get back to the basics, what I told you, how to do this exercise. Make sure your head is not on the bench. It's got to be off the bench. Your shoulders as far over as you can off the bench. But if you put your entire head and body on the bench, the effect is not there. You don't stretch the thorax. And you'll be working the lats primarily to bring the weight over. And the weight you use in the pullover is very light. So don't go grab 100 pounds and all. You can't do it. Because it's not, the exercise itself cannot support your thorax, can't support that kind of weight. You want to stretch it. And I'll tell you, when I tell you something, I feel so good telling you that. You know why? Because I know when you do it, you're going to say, oh shit, this is terrific. See, I know what you're going to feel because I felt it. That's the difference in experience and instinct and feel that a lot of these guys don't have. See, I know when I tell you something, I can sit back knowing you're going to say, man, I never knew that. Never knew how that worked. Because as I said previously, 411 here. I'm here to help you guys. Not making a dime off of this. I'm here to help you guys. And I want you guys to get some of the experience and wisdom that I took years to attain. And experience takes time, as I said so many times in my videos. My friends, more to come, to be continued.